All right, Brooks, we're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping.
Okay.
Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Ugh.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump. Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin, you know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh?
Change tempo, yes, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Good side on touch. Play, see it, yes.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injury. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
What? And I'm gonna give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
there's nowhere for him to go. Literally, I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team.
Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
Please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome to We Are Soccer and Point Images broadcast of Troy United hosting Michigan Cedars. A battle at the top. We have Troy sitting in third place on 12 points after 6 games, playing against Cedars, just behind him in fourth place on 10 points after 5 games. Cedars with a game in hand, looking to hurdle Troy United here, but it's not going to be an easy task. Both teams on a bit of a hot streak. Cedars coming off a draw against the top side here, Liquid, 1-1, followed up with a 2-0 win over the Stars and a 3-2 win over Pontiac, the only team that was able to snag the victory away from them so far this season. Cedars, of course, finishing in first place last year. Troy, however, on the drive. They are 4-0-2. They are ripping in on a 3-game winning streak, the most recent one coming 2-1 over Inter Detroit. We're here at the Hawk in Farmington Hills on a June afternoon. Temperatures have started to give us a little bit of a break, but we're still floating in the 80s here. So make no mistake, fitness is going to play a huge factor. Starting lineups today, we've got Troy playing out of what looks like will be a 4-3-3. They've got Adam Etheridge in goal, Jeb Sneed, Jacob Tremonti, Matt Versteeg, and Matt Rafferty. In front of them in the midfield, Aiden Reynolds, Vinny Chaput, Danny Watkins, and as the starting 3 up top, Clay Lafayette, Luke Nicholson, and Clay Dubois. Troy's going to be in their home white and black kits, moving from right to left. Cedars with the kick to start the game here shortly. Going to be in their green and black kits, moving from left to right. Cedars starting lineup. In goal, Yanni Kanopoulos. Across the back line, Mashtaba Al-Hasnawi, and we're underway. Jacob Walter, Ahmed Salman, and Abara Al-Sofi. Cedars just moving the ball along that back line. In the midfield, they've got Abu Zema, Swiden, and Daoud. And across the front, Hamad, Omar, and Aoude. Troy looking to counter quickly. Some crafty footwork, a little slip. And that may be the tune of the game here. We've had quite a bit of rain, and this is a very short turf. So it's going to take a moment for the players to adjust. But we're looking at a quick, slick surface tonight. Versteeg heads it out of the back. Troy looking to work it right up the middle. Jetfoot trying to find his winger just out in front of him. And just as we're going to be slipping and sliding a little bit, we're also going to see this ball skitting along real quick. No ball boy on this front side here, so we're going to have a short pause as we go get the ball. Here comes the throw. Some back and forth. Hassan hits the dirt. Play on. This is Jacob Tremonti in the back line for Troy. He's going to cycle it back to their goalkeeper. A notable key player for Troy's side missing in today's lineup in their steady goalkeeper, Drew Swancut, University of Green Bay player. And he's not in the starting lineup or on the bench. Their hands, however, in capable gloves of Adam Etheridge. Cedars moving the ball along the back line. Left to right, right to left. Cedars probing for that gap to hit. Troy, well known for a tight, organized defense, and more so now with the addition of Matt Versteeg, German star, coming in to turn their back three into a back four. And he sidles next to Jacob Tremonti. Rafferty with the toss, ends up in the hands of Cedars. Cedars holding the ball well. Attempted through ball is just going to skip past everyone and roll to the Troy goalkeeper's feet. Troy moving the ball out of the back. Vinny twisting and turning, looking for an outlet. Just can't find it. This one ends up with Cedars. Brushes the arm of Cedars forward, Fadi Omar, but no intent. And ref says play on. Ball back in possession for Troy. Little bump and we got our first foul of the game. Aiden Reynolds nudging down. Ball's back in play. Hassan Daoud, used to contact, draws a lot of fouls in these games. He finds himself on the ball frequently. Cedars looking to penetrate up this left side. Quick little double step over. Here comes the cross. And that's headed away safely. Cedars again looking to probe up that left edge. Beats the player. Oh, just drops it back. And that's Fadi Omar. Takes a great chance. Only makes half contact on that ball. And it skitches wide. First big moment here for the Cedars. Comes to nothing. This game has a lot of title challenge. And this one's just going to get knocked wide. We got a Troy throw. Both these teams here are title contenders for this 2025 season, Great Lakes Division of the Midwest Premier League. And, you know, Cedars 2 points behind, but they've got a game in hand and a bit of a softer schedule on the back half of this season. Troy manages to hold possession for an extra second or two before coughing it back into the Cedars midfield. Cedars moving the ball cleanly. Hassan Dawood's going to try to get on the end of this one. And he gets there at the same time as Jacob Tremonti for Troy, and this one gets knocked out for a throw deep, deep, deep in the Troy's defensive end. Hamad looks to put this one back in play. Flicked on into the box and cleared safely. So with the exception of this game, neither team, Troy or Cedars, have any of the remaining top 5 or top 4 to play. Long ball gets knocked down, stays in possession for Cedars. Deep press by Troy, pays off. They got possession in the midfield. First foul from Cedars. Free kick at the half. Short pause as we roll the players forward. Danny Watkins on the ball, gets nudged mid-swing, and that's Ahmad. Good defensive effort to win possession in his own half. Usually noted for his offensive presence. Ahmad's got quite a bit of speed, and they'll be looking to him to generate some of these counterattacks that Cedars are so well known for. Hassan Dawood in possession. There's Ahmad. Nudge from behind. It's an easy one to call with the outstretched arms. Referee with a very steady definition of a foul so far today, and consistent in the first 9 minutes here. Cedars back in possession, which has been much of the story for the first opening few minutes of the game. Hassan, that one gets picked apart, and here comes Troy with a 2-on-2 counter. Nicholson on the ball, tries one-on-one, but Walters pries it free, and Dawood steps in to clean it up. This one rolls out of bounds. We got a Troy throw, which they take quickly. Trying to find one of his forwards. Clay just desperately trying to find one of his point men. Cannot get through that back line of the Cedars. This is something we've seen from both teams all season, really, and tonight's no different. Very high press. Sometimes you'll see a team allowing their opponent to possess the ball in their defensive third unopposed. And we got another foul here. It's starting to get a little heated. Some complaints to the center official, but again, we've got a consistent definition of a foul, and we got ball in play quickly. Here comes Ahmad. Oh, the ref's not going to allow it. He's going to pull this one back. He was having a word with a few players from Troy United. And again, players are always going to have a disagreement on what is a foul and what isn't. There's a big gray area in there, and ultimately it's up to the ref's discretion. And all you can hope for is a consistent line from the officials, and we've seen that here so far tonight. So while the players aren't happy with how light some of these challenges are that are being whistled, the center's been very consistent, and he's letting the players know exactly what to expect throughout the entirety of this game. And there's another one, nudge from behind. And we've got a third free kick here in the past 2 minutes. Again, it's all about consistency, and it's up to the players to adapt to that definition of a foul. So let's see which team's quicker to it. So far, it looks like we're going to have quite a few whistled unless there's some adjustments. Long ball sails over the head of everyone. You can see Salman trying to find an early switch. Just a little too much heat on it. We got Troy throw. Troy looking to flick it over. Back in possession, needs a little jostle. Got some tight passing here in the middle. Troy retains possession. Trying to create those little triangles, but even 40 yards out from goal, Cedars have a very high press, and they're quick to it. They're snuffing a lot of that opportunity out of the play. Long ball over the top. It's Fadi Omar running onto it, but dealt with cleanly by Troy center back, Matt Versteeg. Troy with plenty of speed and size in their back line. They're going to be a tough one to beat with those through balls, but first shot here from Nicholson. That one gets blocked before it even gets into the box. Troy feeding out wide. This is Jeb Sneed on the ball. Great feather ball over top, taking possession. Troy driving it into the box, looking for a soft layoff. That's Luke Nicholson showing quite a bit of composure. Drives the ball in, but that soft layoff back almost finds his target. But again, Cedars very alert to the task here defensively. That's why both of these teams have so many points halfway through the season. Both of them on +4 goal differential. Troy finding a lot of their wins late in the game. They've had some really dramatic victories in stoppage time. And they're hoping not to keep it late this time around. They did have one drubbing of the Legends, 5-1. Bit of a punching bag performance that a couple teams have had with the Legends. Here comes Troy up the left side. Just cannot find that final pass. Luke Nicholson generating a lot of this transition offense for Troy. The first 15 minutes. 15 minutes gone. No shots on net from either team. Here comes Ahmad. Right-footed shot. That one just kisses the post on its way out, and this one's going to be a goal kick for Troy. And that's what you're going to see from Ahmad. He picks up the ball, and his acceleration with that thing at his feet, so quick, and he just knifes into the box and not shy about shooting. That one just inches left. Clinks the iron, rolls out safely. Sneed, Lafayette connection in the middle, something you see time and time again. Possession back in favor of Troy United. A win today would send Troy up into second place, 1 point shy of the league leaders, Liquid. On the same note, Cedars with a win will find themselves tied in second. And with Liquid FC only dropping 2 points after the first 6 games, anyone who wants to challenge them for the top spot is going to have to max out their points as much as they can. Cedars moving the ball up the right side. And it gets snuffed out by some diligent defensive work. Fatty Omar on the ball. A triple team worms his way out of it. Cross comes in off the head of Jacob Tremonti. Goes to Hassan Daoud. He hits the turf. No whistle this time around, and Troy's back in possession. And look at this. They're trying to work their way out of the back line. Cedars have 7 players up in their attacking third. They figured, hey, we're already up here on the attack. Might as well just try to win it here. And that's what makes it so hard to work the ball forward. You win it, and there's no time to think. So you got to have your head on a swivel. It's all about team effort, showing to the ball. Little clip in the back there, and Lafayette earns a free kick. 50 yards out from goal. Probably not going to make the goalie sweat too much here. Troy rolling their big guns forward. Here comes Versteeg as well to join the fray in the box. Clay Lafayette on the ball. 2 hands go up. Here comes the service. Beautiful ball in. Challenges with the goalkeeper. This one's actually getting flagged for offsides though, and it's going to be a free kick for the Cedars. Cedars back in possession, and here comes Troy with a 3-4-man press here, trying to snuff out any opportunity forward. That high press can be really effective, but you really got to be all on the same page, because if just one person doesn't go and find their man, it's an easy outlet and you're at risk of being countered. It's also a lot of running, and the heat is certainly a factor, as it has been for the past week or so. Matches being canceled even, with the heat index rising over near 100 degrees here in Michigan. Cedars cutting into the inside. Right-footed shot. Doesn't make its way through. I shouldn't say there's not been any shots, because there have been 3 or 4 shots so far today. They're just not even making it into the penalty box, let alone to the goalkeeper. The only one that's really threatened was, about the 10-minute marker, when we had Ahmad Hamad charge into the right side, and his shot finds that left goal post and goes out of bounds. Aside from that, the defensive units from both sides are doing a great job at cinching the drawstrings and not really allowing anything in on net. Big switch from Cedars. This one gets hung out, and that's right back. Matt Rafferty steps forward to take that one. Cedars back in possession here at midfield. Long ball over the top, searching for Ahmad. This one's safely headed away by Jeb Sneed. Not out of danger yet, as we got another deep throw for the Cedars on the right side here. Troy organizing the back line, the midfielders, making sure no one gets any free time on the ball. Heel flick doesn't come off, and Troy's back in possession. Quick little give and go. They're looking to charge up. Walters just gets breezed right by him. Troy's going to hold it up a little bit. Nicholson realizing he's the only one up there. And in hindsight, probably should have just kept charging forward. He had one more to beat, but that was after about a 60-yard run. Cedars back in possession. Here comes Cedars again. Al Sufi finding Ahmad Daoud. Ahmad. Now they're looking to switch play here. Abu Zema on the ball. Ooh, just barely misses. Trying to find Naor, but that one's going to sail over his head and into the goal that doesn't give you any points. Could be argued as a first shot on target, depending on what goal we're aiming at. Throw comes in. Troy looking to flick it on and cost possession right back up to the Cedars. Fatty Omar on the ball. Dangerous player. So far has been contained by that organized Troy back four. We've got our first goal. An early cross finds the feet of Ahmad Hamad, and this one's flagged for offsides. That early daggering cross. Goalie comes out to claim it. Adam Etheridge gets a big paw on it and deflects past him into the goal. No celebration, so you get the feeling that Ahmad was aware of his offside positioning. No damage done. Couple scares for Troy United in the opening quarter of this game. But the only stat that matters is the one on the scoreboard, and that says 0-0. It's anyone's game still, and here comes Troy now. Switching over to the right side, this is Matt Rafferty on the ball. Lafayette. Rafferty. Lafayette. Trying to find the opening, giving their players a little bit of time to come up. Flag comes up from the linesman. This one gets waved off by the center. No foul, he says. Waved the linesman off really quickly there, so he saw something. Cedars back in possession. Hamad on the ball. Al-Sufi to Ahmad. Trying to find Fatty Omar, but this one gets pulled back. Ref whistles a foul. Free kick Cedars. Some irritation from Troy captain Sneed. Another quick play, and Hamad's back in the ball. Charging in. First cross. Great attempt. This one, again, blocked by Rafferty. Aude looking for a chance to get on the board and gets snuffed out in the box. But Daoud's back on the ball. Trying to sneak past Tremonti, who does a great job shielding that one away. And Etheridge comes and claims it. Another heart and mouth moment. You got to say, the messaging really has to be, hey guys, if you disagree with the ref, tough nuggets, get back, because Cedars are taking this one quick. Ball's on the ground in play. Long ball from Etheridge. Trying to find the head of Nicholson. Quick foul, midfield. Ball's back in play. comes Troy. Danny Watkins on the ball. Gets knocked out for a Troy throw. And as the temperature mercifully begins to drop with this setting sun, we're down to, I don't know, mid-70s at this point. The heat of the game is turned up, and these are two physical teams looking to do some damage to the title chase of their opponent. Not afraid to get into those gritty tackles. Troy on the ball. Rafferty. Right-footed cross. Doesn't get anywhere. Troy throw. Troy back in possession. Tall cross. It's cleared straight up in the air. Troy back on the ball. Jacob Lee hunting it down, but rolls out of bounds. Cedars throw. Both teams here have already played the teams that are above them in the standings with very different results. Fatty Omar loses the ball midfield. Troy's only 2 losses to the number 1 and number 2 sides here. No, that was a through ball. Big foul. We got a penalty here for Troy United. That one comes out of nowhere. Al-Sufi sliding in. This is number 7, Luke Nicholson, stepping up to take the penalty for Troy United. Could be a huge opportunity to put their foot in front here. Right-footed shot, side netting, goal! Troy leads 1-0 in the 29th minute. First shot on target for Troy United, and the penalty converted very comfortably and confidently. Nicholson looks the keeper off to the left, slots it off to the right, and that is a tough one to stop. We have blood drawn. 29th minute. Troy United takes the lead over Cedars 1-0 on the back of a Nicholson penalty. Slots it into the right side of the goal. Cedars back in possession. And they're going to be looking for revenge. Now they say that the 5 minutes following a goal is pivotal. And that can go either way, and it really depends on the mindset of the players and the organization. Versteeg with just a lapse of focus for a second there. The ball bounces up, hits him in the elbow, and we got a handball. Free kick about 30 yards out here. Oh, ref's calling it back. Make it 35 yards. Setting up the wall, and you got to wonder, we're on a football field here, and it's very obvious that that's 7 yards, not 10. But what do I know? Left-footed cross comes in, gets headed away safely. Troy clears his lines. Looking to put immediate pressure. Cedars back in possession. Cedars with a left-footed cross. It's Fatty Omar. He's looking for a bike opportunity, maybe? Jacob Tremonti, such a smart defender. He knows he's got a size advantage, and he knows he doesn't have to win that ball. He just has to get in the way, and that's what he's doing. That's the second or third time there where his defensive positioning is doing the hard work and preventing the Cedars from getting a valuable shot off in the box. It's just some experienced play from Troy center back Jacob Tremonti to keep Cedars off the board. Here comes a Cedar sub. This is going to be Mohamoud coming in for Hassan Daoud. Hassan, one of the more experienced players with the Cedars, and a coach as well. You can see it on the ball when he's on the field, pulling the strings from midfield. Troy with a quick turn. Again, coughing up possession. Nicholson just slipping. Probably the third or fourth slip we've seen so far in this half. Get a healthy amount of rain watering this artificial turf. Cedars switched out. Al-Sufi on the ball. Moving it through the midfield. Al-Sufi with another cross opportunity. Takes that. Under the foot of Fatty Omar. Just the touch gets away from him a little bit too much, and Troy clears its lines. So with 10 minutes and change left in this first half against a top 4 matchup between number 3 Troy United, number 4 Michigan Cedars, currently sits 1-0 in favor of Troy, which temporarily nudges them up into second place here. Cedars looking to undo the damage. Can't crack that back line yet. Here comes Jackson Deere on the ball. Jacob Lee to support him. Jackson Deere, left-footed shot. Harmlessly wide of the goal. I want to say that's a field hockey goal he just scored on. Not sure. Cedars back on the ball. Walters back to Canopolis. Long ball headed out by Troy's back line. Matt Rafferty that time nodding it on to safety. We're going to have a sub here coming on for the Cedars. Ziad Barakat coming on for center forward Fatty Omar. Looking to make his mark here in the final 10 minutes of this first half. If you're late joining us, we're here with We Are Soccer and Point Images, Point with an E, covering Troy United as they host the Cedars. And here comes Troy, this goal scorer. That one gets picked apart. Cedars back in possession. Aoud. Quick step over. Patient probing here. And he's going to want that one back. Abed hits one from about 35 yards out. Sails wide over. Goal kick for Troy. Taking their time, they'll be happy to go into the half with a 1-point advantage if they can manage to hold it here. Taking their time, setting up this goal kick. Versteeg knocks it back to his goalkeeper, Tremonti, on the ball, and here comes that high press again, and it's going to pay off. Possession switches hands, and we got a Cedars throw. Troy clears their lines. Walters with a pass back, and Kanopoulos has to come out well outside his box to clear that one, as it didn't have a whole lot of juice on it. Much of this game's been played in the center third, as these teams just trading possession back and forth. Cedars looking to switch. Hamad on the ball, charging forward with pace. Cuts into his left foot. He's looking for an opening. Right-footed shot, blocked by Troy. Troy back possession. They're going to look to counter here. Jacob Lee gets the ball pried away from him. Some complaints coming from the Troy bench. They believe that their teammate got whacked on that challenge. Cedars back on the ball. That's going to be a handball. Just bounces up on him, hits him in the bicep. We got Troy free kick in the defensive third. 5 minutes on the clock here. Let's see if we'll have some late half action. Clean slide tackle in the midfield. Cedars switch it over and just bounces painfully away from Aoud. Ooh, Ahmad Hamad with a critical tackle, turned it over. Left-footed shot, goal! Game tied at 1. Sub Ziad Barakat with a left-footed shot to the lower right side of the goal, and it's 1-1 here at the Hawk. A critical turnover as Hamad snatches the ball away in his attacking third, drives it into the box, slots it over calmly to the feet of sub Ziad Barakat. And he is cool as a cucumber, slips that ball into the near post to knot this one up at 1. Here comes Cedars again. Oof, looking to double the advantage in under a minute. That was a close one. Noor registering another shot. This one just sailing to the right of the goal. Goal kick for Troy, and they are reeling. And Troy finds themselves in a familiar position here at home, tied at 1. Now they get their own shot at turnover, and Jacob Lee charging forward gets bumped down. Clean challenge, says the official. Salman muscling Lee off the ball. Lafayette. Watkins back to Lafayette. He's looking to drive forward. Look at this. Even at the top of his own 18, you're not safe. And Walters gets his pocket pick. This one's going to roll out for a Troy throw. That's putting in the work, Jackson Deere, to win possession, but Troy's going to give it right back to the Cedars. Not a whole lot of running room there, and that one's going to get knocked out. Goal scorer Barakat. Not a whole lot of options. A loose ball. Cedars pounce on it. Here they come. Starting to send numbers forward. Some hold-up play allows Troy to get back behind the ball, and the opportunity fizzles out. Cedars still in possession at halfway line. Here's the opportunity. Plays a through ball. No flag up, so he's on sides. Driving the ball into the box. Over to his left foot. Here comes a cross, and that one gets snuffed out. Jeb Sneed, smarter to it. And Troy dodging and weaving past these dangerous opportunities the Cedars are throwing their way. They survive another one. And here they come. Jacob on the ball again, gets muscled off. And here's the whistle for a foul. Troy free kick at half. Final few minutes here. Got about 60 seconds of regulation plus whatever the official decides to add on for the 2 goals. No cards, no injuries, but we do have a PK that, you know, you got to assume there's going to be a minute or 2 added on of stoppage time in this first half. Rafferty back to Versteeg. Troy looking to penetrate up the right side. Trying to set Rafferty loose. Cannot beat that Cedars back line. And Cedars going to have a throw here. So we've got goals in the 29th minute off the back of a penalty. Nicholson slots it home with their first and only shot of the night so far for Troy. And it takes 12 minutes for Cedars to knot it up as they drive forward on a turnover deep in Troy territory. They're just going to knock the ball to the central part of that 18, and goal scorer and sub Ziad Barakat slotted it home to make it 1. And here comes Ahmad Hamad again, slipping in behind the back line, just trying to cut over to his left foot, sliding to keep the ball in play, and we got another goal. Ahmad Hamad is doing some damage here as he gets his 2nd assist. Cedars goal scored by Mo Hamoud right at the death of this half, and that's 2 goals in 5 minutes. We have a game on our hands here as it flips on its head. Now that is the 2nd time today that Hamad's efforts on the ball have earned another point. Hamad almost losing it, sliding challenge that deflects out to Mo, who drives it into the bottom left side, and there's not a whole lot that Troy's goalkeeper can do in these situations. These are point-blank shots from 10 yards out, and Adam Etheridge is going to be frustrated with his back line, you know, allowing these opportunities. Here comes Troy. There's still some time. That shot gets blocked at the top of the box. Clearance goes all the way to Adam Etheridge. Jacob Tremonti on the ball. Back to Etheridge. Versteeg. Cedars trying to squeeze some life out of the end of this half, and long ball. They see an opportunity, and shot from sub. Jackson Deere finds himself with a lot of free space, and the shot goes straight into the feet of the goalkeeper as he picks up his first save. Canopolis. This one rolls out, and we got a Troy throw. Long ball from the back for Stieg. And that's going to be half. We've got a game on our hands here. Two title contenders duking it out. We saw Troy take the lead and temporarily slide into second place for this Great Lakes division of the Midwest Premier League, only to be upended by two quick goals in the final 5 minutes from the Cedars. Goals coming from Barakat in the 41st minute and Hamoud in the 45th minute, both assisted by Ahmad Hamad, who's got to be the player of the match so far today. But it's only halftime. And with the sun setting, we have plenty of game on our hands still. Stay tuned for a second half.
Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh, wow, that's not MLS. Ooh.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next to what?
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin, you know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh?
Change tempo, yes, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Okay, well done. Get side on touch. Play, see it, see it, see it. Yes.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injuries. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
What? And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. Literally, I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team. Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
He does things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
All right, Brooks, we're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh, wow, that's not MLS. Ugh.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump.
Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh? Change tempo, yes, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Get side on touch. Play, see it, yes.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injury. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
What? And I'm gonna give you one opportunity because we're friends. Winner!
Who gives a about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. Literally, I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team.
Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
And we're back for some second half action between Troy United and Cedars in the Great Lakes Division of the Midwest Premier League. Middle of June 2025 season. We are at the halfway point, and these two teams have done some damage already, but it is not enough to win it yet. We're charging to the championship. We've got Troy, after 6 games played, on 12 points, just 4 points behind league leaders, and Cedars hot on their tails with 10 points. If the result today holds of 2-1 in favor of the Cedars, we'll see them leapfrog Troy and take that second place position, technically third on goal differential. Troy's only 2 losses so far coming at the hands of number 1 team Liquid and number 2 team Stars, whereas Cedars have taken a point from the Liquid game in a 1-1 draw and beat the Stars 2-0. They're looking to keep that form of snagging points off of teams that are above them tonight. Currently up 2-1. Troy kicking the ball off. They're going to be moving from left to right as the sun sets here at the Hawk. Troy, of course, in their home kits, white, black, and gold. They're going up against the Cedars, and there's a quick turnover. Cedars in their forest green, black, and gold kits, moving from right to left. Troy took the lead a third of the way through the game off of a penalty kick, and that goal scored by Nicholson with their only shot on target of the game so far. Took Cedars a while to respond, but 12 minutes later in the 41st minute, we saw Hamad charging up that right side of the field, cross the ball into Barakat for a tidy goal in the bottom right corner. And just 4 minutes later, goal number 2 for the Cedars. Mo Hamoud, again assisted by Ahmad Hamad, who has been the star player of the first half for the Cedars. Here comes Troy. Troy has found themselves coming back from losing positions before on this field, and tonight may be a great time to continue that trend. They're going to need to find one here in the next 45 minutes to garner an opportunity at some points from this game. And here we go. We got a turnover. There's Troy's goal scorer. Oof. Goal scorer, Nicholson. The ball gets stripped off his foot. Reyes pressing. And again, that high press leads to a turnover. Nicholson on the right side. One-on-one. Gets the right-footed cross in. Dangerous area. And Cedars are able to scramble that one away. Great generated attack from Troy early in this second half. Wasting no time at all trying to get back in this one. Got Clay Lafayette tapping the ball in the corner. He's going to stroll into the box as they're opting for a left-footed in-swinger. Two hands go up. Here comes the corner. Dangerous position. Chested down. And that shot just doesn't make it. Just doesn't make it on target. And that's been the story of the day so far. That was Reyes chesting the ball down, trying to get the shot away. Cedars stepping in to snuff out the opportunity before it reaches their goal. Troy throw. Give and go on the line. Right-footed cross. He's going to leak out the backside of the box. And it coaxed right back Rafferty really far forward, and Cedars are going to try to exploit this space in behind. Crafty flick doesn't come off, but Ahmad picks the ball back up, gets nudged off. Troy back in possession. Through ball, beautifully weighted. Deer on the ball, back to Clay. Left-footed, big switch, staring into the sun as Reyes. He brings it down. Not sure how he did that with his sun beaming in. Troy doing a great job probing around for this second goal that they need. Flag stays down. He's on sides. Lays it off. Deer not able to find the end of that one. And Troy seems to have correctly identified some weaknesses in the formation of the Cedars back line, and they are picking them apart here in the opening 5 minutes of the second half. Unlucky not to take a goal away from the situation. Reyes pressing. Dump the long ball. Finds the chest of Troy's back line. Matt Versteeg. Cedars back line telling each other, hey man, slow it down, slow it down. We gotta take control of this situation. Walter's gonna head it back to Kanopoulos, his goalkeeper. They're gonna try to take some heat out of the attack. Troy's coming out, firing on all cylinders. This is gonna be a Cedars throw. Hassan Daoud. Ooh, and that pass just rolls barely past Abed. Now, you got to say, Troy slammed some energy drinks or something at halftime because they are coming out rocking. And here's Reyes again. Quick step over, cuts over to the right foot. This one gets snuffed out by Walters. Cedars tries to clear their lines. This is going to be another Troy throw. Takes a throw deep from the track. Not sure why that got whistled back, but he's going to take it again. This time ends up in the Cedars possession. Rafferty deals with it. It's becoming pretty clear here that Cedars Mo Hamoud is not a huge fan of the commentary coming from Troy captain Lafayette. They've been jawing back and forth all game. Cedars back on the ball. And he gets dragged down by by Vinny Chappett, and that one doesn't get called. Troy back in possession. Looking to penetrate up this left side. Deer with some speed. This one gets whistled for a goal kick. You got to say, Deer was moving on that left side. Cedars do a great job getting their body in the way to shield that one out of bounds for a goal kick. And they are reeling here. Troy's on a mission. Can't tell if the ball's in play. Nope. Troy's taking a sub. That's an early sub to take. Only 8 minutes in. You got to wonder, perhaps an injury. That's Deer who comes out. Replaced by Henson. Maybe that was part of the game plan. Hey, man, give us 8 or 9 minutes of dead sprinting. Light a fire. Certainly seems to have done the trick, as the tide of possession has, if not temporarily, shifted in favor of the home side here. Troy United trying to land some blows. Cedars, Hamad's going to cycle it out. Got a right-footed shot. That one's going to sail over the crossbar. Abuzema trying to shape it into that upper right corner. And you got to say, if that one would have found the back of the net, that would have been the third assist for Hamad, who, that's just the player that he is, though. He gets the ball, and he's not looking to just hold possession. He's looking to do something. He's looking to do some damage, create an issue for the opponent. Reyes tries to turn quickly, gets fouled from behind. This is going to be a free kick for Troy. But every time Ahmad gets that ball, he's turning and attacking with speed and forcing his opponents to defend him. And he's got so much pace and craftiness about him that defending him's harder, easier said than done. Troy back in possession. Here's a through ball to Clay Lafayette. He's on sides. Oh, tries to beat Kanopoulos, who comes out, and he's got a strong hand to the ball. Just knocks that one away. Clay is going to want that one back. Here comes Ahmad. He's got some real pace on him. Left-footed shot. That one trails harmlessly wide right of the goal. Versteeg keeping up with him, just keeping the pressure on. Doesn't want to give any free chances, and forces Ahmad to take that left-footed shot from an unsavory angle. Good defensive effort from Troy to get back, neutralize the situation. Troy back in possession. It's going to be a Troy throw. Cedars enjoy the majority of the attacking play in the first half, and that coin has flipped, and now Troy is the one with the foot on the gas. Can they keep it up for another 35 minutes, though, is the real question. Not sure that one hasn't gone out of bounds yet. Cedars players looking around, trying to Lucky he didn't pick that one up. Now, you got to remember the angles here can play some tricks on you. That entire ball has to cross the line. And that means if you're looking directly down on the ball from above, you have to see green between the ball and the line. Otherwise, that thing's still in play. Here comes Reyes. Comfortably played back to his goalkeeper. That's Ahmed Salman playing it safe. Cedars in possession, working it from the back forward. He's going to get tripped up. We got another whistle for a foul. Still no cards yet. Cedars get us started quickly. Looking for Ahmad. No one gets snuffed out, but quick turnover here, and Ahmad's back in possession. Pushing over to his favorite left foot. That left-footed shot, we got a goal. He arrows it into the upper left corner, and that is another turnover, and damage is done. Ahmad Hamad picks up his 3rd goal involvement of the night this time. Putting it in himself. He's a recipient of a well-timed challenge from Abed, and we have a 2-goal cushion here in the 58th minute. Cedars against the run of play. Snatch the ball off of the Troy midfielder there and quickly play Ahmad in, and he does what he does best. Rifles it into the upper left corner of that goal to give his team a 3-1 advantage as we roll into the final third of this game. Ahmad Hamad running away with that man of the match title by the looks of it, unless some serious changes happen here in the final 30 minutes. Here comes Troy. Matt Versteeg with a deep ball to Reyes. Tries to take it off. He's going to keep that one in play. He does. Great effort by Reyes. Flag comes up. He deems that one crossed the line. We're going to have a goal kick for the Cedars. With their first shot on target in this second half, Cedars strike Pater. Here's another through ball to Ahmad, who's got a lot of pace. Etheridge steps forward and sends that one well away from his goal. Late challenge there from the Cedars, Hassan Daoud. Got to say, I'm surprised not to hear the whistle there as Rafferty gets hit after the play. Here comes Reyes with a through ball. It's almost as though the Cedars have switched to a sweeper-stopper setup in their back four, with Walters playing it safe. Etheridge on the ball. There's Reyes again. Reyes and Nicholson. Full court press. Cedars just trying to hold possession, continue to manage this game. Gets nudged off the ball by Nicholson, and we got a Cedars free kick. And this is where that consistency is going to start to play a factor. We saw a much harder challenge just 2 minutes before on Troy's right back with no whistle, and then a softer challenge there that does get whistled. And that's where you're going to see some of the frustration boil in from these players, because if they already are disagreeing with the heaviness of a challenge, ooh, these refs calling play on. Bad challenge in the midfield. And that's Dupois, who drops to the turf, just gets sliced from behind. He's got a good point. That easily could have been the game's first yellow. Wasn't even whistled for a foul. You just get a sense that this game's unraveling a little bit from the control of the officials. And we'll see if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Got plenty of college experience on both rosters here. Cedars looking to flick the ball over top. Dealt with, pass back to the goalkeeper. Troy fans holding their breath as that pass back is on target. Cedars moving the ball around, trying to find their way into the attacking third of the. This heavy pressure, not giving them much time to think. Jacob Walter. Here's a good opportunity. One of Cedars' goal scorers. We got another. You got to say some of these fouls are pretty soft. You know, as a player myself, I try not to be a ref critic, but when they play a heavy factor in the outcome of the game, it can be very frustrating. And Clay Lafayette having a quick word with the ref, just saying, hey man, I'm trying to stay calm, but you gotta tighten it up. Ahmad lays it off, left-footed cross gets snuffed out. Great defending from Matt Rafferty as Andrew Schwartz coasts into the box, trying to find the feet of Hassan. Gets knocked out. Looks like Cedars looking to play it short as they send two. Schwartz, left-footed outswinger, only finds the head of Matt Versteeg. Big German center back. Hassan, left-footed cross, almost too far. Brought down off the chest of Ahmad. Weaving left to right, right to left. Crafty pass, finds the foot of Ahmad Salman, but Troy's defense is smart to it, comes in and snuffs it out. Cedars throw. Little heel flick by Ahmad. Cuts inside. This is goal scorer Mo Hamad. And again, Versteeg comes to snuff out the flame. He's looking for Reyes, just gets barely flicked past. And Troy's charging forward. Dupois waving his teammates on, saying, hey guys, let's go, let's go, let's go. We got to put him under. The clock slowly becoming a factor in this game as Troy finds themselves down 3-1. Temporarily, at least, sliding into fourth place with Cedars popping up into third. Troy subs in Reynolds, and Reyes subs off. He covered A lot of ground there in that 20 minutes, Reyes. A lot of wind sprints. Bore no fruit, though. Troy, throw. Left side. Another whistle. You gotta wonder which way this one's even going. And again, it's not a foul. It's two players jostling for a 50-50 ball. And they're going shoulder to shoulder, and there's no foul there. There should not be a whistle. He's got to let this game breathe when it's supposed to breathe and stop it when there's an infraction. But that's not been the tone of this second half so far. Deep kick. Hits the top of the 6 and bounces safely into the arms of Kanopoulos. Roll the ball out. Andrew Schwartz on the ball. Cedars patient in possession. Schwartz. Mahmoud. Hassan Daoud. This one gets turned over. Vinny Chappett snatching it from the clutches of the Cedars midfield. Clay Lafayette trying to find Dupois. Man, there's got to be some more tidiness in this Troy game because they have these little pockets of opportunities and they're just not making the most of it at the moment. Cedars are a tight squad. Quick to put on pressure, very capable, especially in the counterattack, as you see here. They got plenty of speed, and they know when to be patient and when to hit hard. Some patient possession play here for Stieg. Wins that one. Is Vinny. He's going to lay that one off. Dupois charging forward to put that goalkeeper under. There's a great challenge, and this is going to be an easy whistle. We might see our first card of the game here. And, you know, you appreciate, these two players are appreciating each other's hard-nosed play. Abuzema probably getting away with what should have been a yellow. Honestly, Nicholson snuck up on him. It seemed like, I don't think that Abuzema saw him coming, and Nicholson just materialized, snatched the ball off of him, and it turned into a little bit of a wrestling match. And they love to see that intensity, especially when afterwards they give each other a high five and say, hey man, good stuff. Here comes the service. Not a good one. Finds the head of the first defender in the box. Troy back in possession. Knocking the ball around. Troy trying to coax Cedars out of their formation, which is a clear 4-4-2 at the moment. Cutting into the right foot. Nicholson. Rafferty. Clay Lafayette. Quick step over. Jacob Tremonti takes a slip. Ball still finds its target. Rafferty, that one gets snuffed out. Ahmad back on the ball. Rafferty does well to contain the situation, knocking it out for Cedars throw. Mohamoud. And again, the slick surface playing a factor. Danny Watkins. With Troy coasting forward with the ball. Got a great opportunity, just misses his window. He's got Clay Lafayette, acres of space on the right side, calling for it, screaming for the ball. Some good pressure from Troy there. Nicholson makes contact with the keeper. He laughs it off. And at this level, it's a great turn by Hassan. Finds the feet of Ahmad, who's cut it back over to his left foot, takes another shot. That one gets tipped over the bar. Great save by Etheridge to keep that one out and keep this one in reach. Registers his first save of this second half. But at this level, the Midwest Premier League, which is a quickly growing league, there's a healthy bit of experience from these players. And I really do believe that with how much they train in this offseason, you got a lot of college players. This is a great home for them in the summer. Hassan back on the ball, cuts over to his left foot. Here comes the cross. Ooh, just tapped wide. That's Ahmed Salman. Can't put that one on frame, top of the 6. Again, the experienced Hassan Daoud, crafty in the box, generates another great opportunity. But if you're a college player, 10 years ago you come home and you're playing in a YMCA league on some dirt patch with, what is essentially a beer league, and there's a heavy risk of injury, whether it's from the playing surface or just the situation, your opponents. And having a league like this is the perfect outlet for these college players to come and train under, a real coach, have real officials in real games that actually matter. We got a turnover here. Cedars pushing for the opportunity. This is Hassan Daoud on his left foot. Goal! Cedars make it 4-1 off the foot of Hassan Daoud. A high left-footed strike finds the back of the net, and Troy has a tall order on their hands with 15 minutes remaining. Hassan Daoud with the goal to make it 4-1. Assisted by Barakat. And what looked like a very promising start to this half has turned to disaster for Troy. Cedars' goal here in the 75th minute to make it 4-1. Troy's making a change here, bringing on the likes of Gearin and Henson. Matt Rafferty steps off. Medina is also checking in. And you have to assume that the formation is going to be shifted here, probably to a 3-4-3. And it's very clear all 3 players stepping off for Troy are ones that have been doing some serious running all game, really. Troy's going to switch to, a 3-4-3 as expected. Just throwing one more up in the midfield, having those tall front 3 flagged off sides. That's Henson looking to get involved in the action right away and just takes a step off sides. Gets flagged. Hassan Daoud, goal scorer, gets wrestled off the ball, wins it back, and that's a clean tackle. Oh my goodness. Quick free kick from Troy. You gotta ask, what in the world is the official doing here? what you hate to see it. First off, it's a clean challenge from Hassan Daoud. And then Troy goes to play it quickly, and the opportunity's eliminated by the official, and unless he's given a card, there's no reason to whistle that one dead. And it takes the opportunity away. There's a clear foul from behind. The inconsistencies are troubling. 77th minute. You got to hope this one doesn't get out of hand. There at the top of the box. An easy foul to call. Gets missed. I'll stop talking about the ref, but man, you don't like seeing it make such a big impression on the game as it has so far in this second half. Cedars throw in. Walter on the ball. Cedars looking to do some more damage. Nor holds possession, but the double team coughs up the ball, and that's a scary pass to make. That's a flat, slow pass, and Troy gets away with one there. Flicks on. Heel, beautifully possessed. Walter steps forward, launches that one downfield. Whistled. Hands in the back. That's Jeb Sneed looking to slow the attack. Cedars free kick, 40 yards out. And they're going to play the possession game here, it looks like. Knock the ball around. Here comes left-footed cross. Big paw. Keeps that one out. And that was actually a right-footed shot to the far post. Keeper does a great job keeping this out. We got another opportunity. Comes in from the right side. Troy clears their lines. Big save by Etheridge to keep this one 4-1. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Cedars back in possession, and Troy needs to come and put some pressure on him. Kanopoulos going to pick the ball up, toss it out. Cedars hungry for more. Not just looking to draw seconds off the clock, but looking to hit the net again. Troy moving the ball along the back line. Finds their goal scorer. And they're looking to release Henson. That one's just too direct. And goalie finds it. Henson comes and bumps into him. Ball on the ground. Kanopoulos sends it long. Clay, early cross. Didn't take a peek. His player wasn't there. He's looking to shoot. Takes a cleat to the kneecap. Ref blows his whistle, but for an injury, not for the contact. He's going to drop this one to the Cedars goalkeeper to restart play. Here we go. 8 minutes and change remaining. Bearcat on the ball. Making these crafty moving triangles. Let's switch it. Aude on the ball here. driving up the left side where they've had so much success here in the second half. Cuts over to the right foot. Vinny Chappett snuffs that one out. Bearcat. Off the chest. Just clips it over the foot. Ooh, beautiful negative pass across the face of the 6. Doesn't find anyone. Rolls out the back of the box. Cedars retain possession. Opportunity, top of the box. Left-footed strike. It's got some pepper on it. Andrew Schwartz. A little missile. Just goes left of the goal. Troy takes their goal kick quickly. That was a 12th shot of the game for the Cedars. And Troy has 2. Cedars looking to add to that tally. Nora Ode on the ball, working the left wing. Some calm defending from Guerin pays off, and he picks up possession there. Not falling for the trickery. Two-handed shove in the back from Danny Watkins. Play on. Cedars still in possession. Bouncing the ball around. Quick little 360 from Bearcat. The Maradona doesn't pay off. Troy back in. They got to strike quick if they want to have a say in what happens here in this game. Tremonti sending the ball long. Moving left to right. Right-footed through ball. This one's going to be offsides. Beautiful play. And Nicholson finds the back of the net. Correctly flagged for offsides. Cedars going to take this one from the top of the box. The majority of the Cedars attack has been up this left side throughout this second half. And with Troy switching to a back 3, there's going to be some space. Trying to find Papa. You can just see Troy's rolling the dice a little bit more here. Desperation starting to set in. The final minutes of this game, down 4-1 to a strong Cedars side. Cedars cuts over to the right foot. And that one, he hits a knuckler. That's Papa Massar Diao. And that ball could have ended up anywhere. Knuckler swerving left to right, right to left, sailing just wide of the goal. Troy having trouble getting out of their defensive third. 5 minutes remaining. Switches the ball. Troy going to try their luck off the left side. Sliding challenge just knocks the ball out for a Cedars throw. That's Lafayette trying to find Henson on this right edge. Cedars waving their strikers forward because they want to send this one. They're sensing the high line of this back 3, and they see these big pockets of space. They know they've got speed up top. Cedars looking to exploit it. Flag goes up for offsides. Troy gets the ball back in play quickly. 3 minutes of regulation. They got to do something now. Right-footed shot, 30 yards out. Vinny Chapet. That cross doesn't find any white shirts. And here comes Bearcott. Up the right side. He's going to hold possession as long as he can. He's looking for Noor. And finds him. He's got one or two options, but that Troy defender right up in his back pocket, not giving him any room to turn. Quick turn. Beckrat's steaming up the right side now. Cuts over to his left foot. Has it straight into the arms of the grateful Etheridge. As Etheridge picks up his 4th save of the night. Here comes Troy. Ooh, there's an easy yellow card coming to the goalkeeper, and we got a penalty kick. Really, really just a lack of control, and Kanopoulos has been hit by a couple different Troy players, and he lets it get to him there. Picks up the ball. Henson strolls into the box, and we have a indirect kick. That's violent conduct. That should be a penalty. Not sure. Maybe I just don't know the rules anymore. Should be a yellow card, violent conduct, penalty kick to Troy. And who knows what was called, but turns into an indirect kick. The only thing I could think of is a handball, maybe. And the shot goes wide left. Brutal second half here for the center official. Troy back in possession. Quick turnover, and here comes Cedars on a 3-on-2. Quick counter. Papa finding his way over to the corner. We have a goal, no offsides, assisted by Al-Hasnawi. We have a Cedars goal, the 5th of the night. This one at the hands of Noor Aude. And Troy will feel hard done by this result. Al-Hasnawi picks up the assist on a quick counterattack. From what should have been a penalty for Troy, turns into a goal for the Cedars in the 91st minute. Noor Aude makes it 5-1. And this game has slipped out of Troy's grasp. Now looking back at the start of this half, where Troy dominated the chances and possession, center's going to deliver a yellow card to, is that Jacob Tremonti? No. Who do you give that to? Jeb Sneed. I'm assuming that Jeb has delivered his assessment of the official's performance and gets a yellow card for his words. This one goes out of bounds. We got a Troy throw. Or a Troy kick. Clay Lafayette's going to send this one in. Troy looking to get their second goal of the night. comes in a little bit behind Medina. Cedars in possession, but under heavy, heavy pressure. And Medina picks this one back up. Turnover. Bearcat, and he's charging forward. We got a 3-on-3. Beautiful through ball. Cedars looking to make it 6 and drags his shot well wide left. Got a 3-man collision and a Troy defender down. And the ref's going to call it. He's calling it a game at that one. 5-1. Troy falls to Cedars, and they trade positions in the standings. Goals coming from number 7, Nicholson. Troy takes a 1-0 lead 30 minutes into the game on a penalty kick, and it was all Cedars after that with 5 straight goals. Bearcat in the 41st, Hamoud in the 45th, Hamad in the 58th, Hassan Daoud in the 75th, and the nail in the coffin in stoppage time from Aude. 5-1, and Cedars will take their place in 3rd on goal differential. Troy drops to 4th. We've got a few games left here and plenty of movement in the standings. Thank you for joining us with We Are Soccer. This is Ben Leitner and Point Images. That's Point with an E. Thank you for joining us, and have a great night.